And we're back. Last time we left off, I got screwed over by the bloody Italians taking most of France after not doing a damn thing. And looking at the map again, look at this. Bloody look at this for a second. They even took Alsace-Lorraine. That is German core territory. And the French decided, or rather the Italians decided it should be theirs to occupy. That is German core territory. And yet they've decided it's theirs. That's crap. Now, they're also refusing to give me any of it because according to them, that would give me an unfair share of occupied territory, but just keep this in mind. Italy did not actually have much of any participation in the actual battles. They controlled maybe one or two tiny little provinces over on the French border that they managed to take off of them. That's all they'd done. Other than that, it was all Germany who did that work. And what did I get out of it? Just a few border regions up here around Calais and stuff, and the area around Paris. That's all I got out of it. Thanks for that, Italy. Now, I have a plan for how I'm going to deal with this. But that'll wait until the end of this session. For this one, my first order of business is going to be attacking, probably attacking Sweden. Although, these armies are probably better served being relocated to Bulgaria. Why Bulgaria, you ask? Well, I want to show you something down in Africa. You see, Italy has been almost entirely squeezed out of Africa, and Free France still owns Morocco and a whole boatload of that. So the British have a load of oil and other resources down in the Middle East that they are able to make use of. And if we want to get that off of them and reduce their production abilities and things, then we need to start moving down that way. Which means that an invasion through the Middle East, or which means an invasion through the Balkans into Bulgaria and then Turkey, and then down into this bit of Free France and Iraq, and then Egypt. That's going to be something that needs to happen. And these armies over here, which are the ones that I used to take over France to begin with, they are the ones that are most in position to do that. So we're going to start getting into position for an attack on Bulgaria. I'm not going after Yugoslavia yet because the Italians have a claim on them, and I'm pretty sure if I attacked from Italian territory, then Italy would be given all of the territory we took. If I remember correctly, that is how the occupation works, that if you attack from someone else's territory, they get it. So I would rather avoid that if I can. You guys can also go on the Bulgarian border. This is going to be somewhat overkill in terms of the number of divisions that I'm committing to this invasion, but still, better overkill than underkill, right? Besides, as Germany, we want lots of kill of people who aren't us. Now, you guys can do that. We also have a handful of divisions sitting around that haven't been assigned yet. These 8 are going to get garrison duty in the Low Countries. I'll have to increase the amount of them at some point, but for now that'll do. Minimum 34? What if I put it down to just lowering resistance? Minimum 30, and we have 8 divisions there, so it'll lower some of the resistance, but not all of it. And we also have about 14 free military factories that I can do something with. There is one thing that we're kind of lacking in right now that I think we need. Naval bombers. Because, you see, at some stage, we're going to want to start dealing with the Royal Navy. And we'll need plenty of naval bombers to destroy their ships. Along with the other kinds of bombers and stuff, of course. I think we have enough production of medium tanks for now. That reinforcement's going to take a while, but it'll get there eventually. For now, a few more in heavy fighters, and if I can get some more tactical bombers, that'd be great. I don't particularly care for close air support, but some more in fighters also. And of course, being defeated everywhere by those assholes. Legionary Romania, I need more oil, damn it. Let's see, aluminum. Hungary, you can send me some aluminum, because apparently they have rather a lot of it sitting in surplus. What about rubber? Do any of my puppets have any rubber in surplus? No. We were getting a lot of it from Belgium, but I'm pretty certain Belgium is probably getting their rubber from their African colony down here, so we won't be seeing any of that anytime soon. Not until I manage to invade Africa, that is. Anyways, let's unpause the game and let things start moving along. These guys are heading over to the border with our good friends in Bulgaria. Who definitely do not want to join our faction. I would have let them keep existing if they joined up, but they won't, so I'm going to fabricate a claim on Bulgaria. That'll be done in July. Let's see, we're also currently fabricating one on Sweden, which will be done in June. How do the Soviets feel about us currently? We're plus 15 thanks to our treaty. Germany, we don't like them very much because they've gone with the anti-fascist diplomacy focus. Saying basically, hey everyone, fascism is terrible. Our focus to conquer Norway expires in 1942. That's another 4 divisions for our keep the Low Countries from misbehaving force, as I'm going to be calling it. Triumph in France. We should not be getting this event, seeing... Wait a second. If I go with that, then will Italy you have to surrender a bunch of their provinces? I don't know. I'm gonna try it. Our victory in France is nearly complete. The French government has asked for an armistice, and our diplomats have prepared terms which they've agreed to. They will retain control of southern France while we are free to occupy the rest. I'm gonna try establishing Vichy France and see what that does to the borders. And yes, that actually did fix the border gore issue we were having, so Italy's occupation didn't mean much. They got a couple of the border things here, which is perfectly fair. We can't exactly have asked them to fight without giving them anything. And now Vichy France is one of our puppet states, and Morocco down there belongs to them. This is excellent. We also get a load more military factories. Let's see if I can't get a few more tactical bombers in the mix. Now I have 7 more factories. No more naval dockyards, surprisingly. Let me see. I'm gonna try for a bunch more naval bombers, if I can manage. The second armistice at Compiègne. An armistice between the German Reich and the French Third Republic has been signed at Compiègne, in the very railway carriage in which the German surrender in World War I was negotiated. Under the terms of the armistice, a French government under Philippe Pétain, based out of Vichy, will continue to administer most of southern France, while the rest of the country falls under a German occupation zone. Some French officers have vowed to continue resistance from abroad, but this puts an effective end to the fighting in France, at least for the time being. Excellent indeed. Death of Rudolf Hess. Rudolf Hess was killed when the Royal Air Force intercepted the heavy fighter he was flying off the coast of Scotland. The exact nature of his mission remains unclear. Although Hess was an accomplished pilot, he flew alone and his aircraft does not appear to have been armed. His remains were recovered by British authorities, but a state funeral with an empty coffin has been scheduled in Berlin. Hitler was reported as being visibly distraught by the death of his old friend. That poor fool. So, we'll get our occupation forces present over here. Let's see. Army 6? These guys have 8 divisions. Yeah, we have a bunch of armies down here that aren't really doing much right now. I will leave them be in northern France right now, because those guys are going to be among the ones that I send all over to deal with any problems that I feel like need resolving, basically. Yes, June is going to be when Sweden is ready to be invaded. Let's see. Political actions we can take now. Economic policy. Industrial land appropriation. Not really worth it, I don't think, but dismantle the Maginot Line. It decreases our construction speed and factory production and stuff for a little bit, but I could do this if I wanted to. Just Dismantle the Maginot Line. That way, if the British and what's left of the Allies ever make it all the way to the French border again, they wouldn't have the fortifications and we can get back through them again. But I don't know. Is it worth it? You guys tell me what you think. Should I go ahead and dismantle the Maginot Line? So we have Case Anton. The intent behind the creation of Vichy France was always to keep the French colonies and fleet out of the hands of the Allies. However, it is an agreement we may choose to rescind at any time. We have a plan drawn up to forcibly integrate the area as well as make a lightning push for the French fleet's base at Toulon. And France will be able to scuttle their fleet unless German troops are in Toulon within 2 days. Where is Toulon, anyways? Let's check. That's part of France that the Italians control. Air wings with no assignment. Well, the Benelux is looking okay for now. I'm going to move some of our aircraft over to France itself. We'll just, for the time being, focus on air superiority over northern France. I have another couple down west of Germany. They can also move to France proper. Actually, on second thought, no, we don't really. I don't especially think we need that kind of air support over against Bulgaria, as chances are we're just going to walk right in. You can be assigned to northern France. I need a bit more in the way of oil. Romania, more oil. And our rubber needs are just shooting through the roof. This is really going to hamstring production, but that will have been a historical problem that the German Reich suffered during this time period. So it kind of makes sense, I would say. 3 factories. Good. The submarine fleet's staying put for now. That's excellent. Apparently, the enemy has air superiority over the Benelux, so it might be a good idea to keep at least one of my wings operating over that region for the time being. Yes, keep the skies clear. The British are not exactly going to be taking the fact that we control mainland Europe lying down. Now, are they? I'll take that. Yeah, we have a war goal for Norway for now, but whatever. I also have an excessive number of planes in reserve that I'll have to deploy at some point. Screw it. I'll deploy them now. We have a couple of spots nearby. I just need air superiority over the Benelux anyways. And we've got a load of interwar fighters that I could do with making use of. And if they get shot down, who cares? Air superiority and interception duty for you guys. Let's have a look-see. How many fighters have I got out? I get the feeling that number is off because not all of them. Yeah, that's much better. 545 to 391. Yeah, we're just playing a game trying to keep control of the airspace of the region right now. We really are. It's a game to us. These guys can join our occupation forces. Yeah, for now I am just using infantry and tanks as occupation forces. I really should be working on military police, but don't really have that option right now. Actually, that's a lie, I probably do. So, let's see. These guys I'm probably never going to use, so swap out the recon company for military police. Yeah, just make a duplicate. Like I said, recon for military police. Lowest priority there is. And we'll just call these occupation forces. And yes, I don't need many, just 2 at a time, so you guys can train up in the Rhineland. Yeah, they can train up in the Rhineland. I'll probably be removing my official divisions from the occupation forces once we get enough of them. But besides that, I'm going to add in paratroopers. Once I control the skies over Britain, I'm eventually going to want to mount an invasion of the British Isles, and to do that I will need both paratroopers and transport aircraft. Once I have the required rubber, transport aircraft won't be such an issue. Speaking of rubber, Nope, not Siam. Or you. We can get a handful off of Brazil, I suppose. And now we need more. Because why the hell not? Let's check the resource map mode real quick. I need rubber. Where can I find rubber? Plenty of oil down there? Let's see. Belgium and Uganda have a load of rubber in them. Belgium's colonies, rather. And Uganda, plenty of rubber. We need to start working on synthetic refineries. To just get me a bunch more rubber. It won't come anywhere near covering what I'm going to require, but it should help. So now I'm just gonna push all my synthetic refineries to the top of the list. And really this is more of a stopgap measure than anything else. But hopefully it helps a little. Yes, I'm going up to 4 speed in the middle of a war. I need it to hit June so I can go to war with Sweden. They're trading us a lot of our chromium. And if that ever stops, I am going to be in deep shit. Kind of like I already am. What with this whole mess with needing 69 rubber? Okay, why did these idiots move? When did I move the guys that I had from the invasion of Poland somewhere else? Whatever. I'm moving these 3 armies up there because we'll be attacking those idiots soon. Whatever that was, just finish now. Integrate Luxembourg and Alsace-Lorraine. That will give us cores on those territories and make them stop being colonies. Thereby more manpower. Now, what do we do next? I think we'd expand our dockyard facilities a little more because at the moment we really need we need a lot of additional submarines. I only have 35 subs because the British Navy managed to sink so many of them early on. So I need as many of those as I can bloody well get. doing a little better as far as resistance goes, but I still need to get it down some more. Poland and Denmark are nice and dealt with, but half of France plus the Low Countries, that's going to take a little time. And there pops up a little bit more occupation. Construction 2. Hooray for more construction. Now give me that resource gain efficiency, goddammit. These guys should get into possession shortly, and we're only about 2 weeks away from being able to declare war on Sweden. And with the number of divisions I'm sending against them, just to kind of be on the safe side, they should just melt in the face of this. They really should. Japanese proposes a tripartite pact. Japan has sent out feelers to ascertain our interest in a three-powers pact between ourselves, the Japanese, and the Italians. The Japanese argue that it is imperative that we support each other in light of increasingly hostile global opinions directed against our efforts. And yes, an excellent idea. We shall sign the pact. And if I remember right, yes, that's Italy is also signed. So it's not actually a formal alliance. Unlike in the versions of Hearts of Iron from before Waking the Tiger, Japan doesn't join the Axis. Rather, you have a set of mutual guarantees of independence that if any of you are attacked, the others will come to your aid. So that's basically all that is. We've got just about everyone there, and we're basically a week away from the war with Sweden. Or rather, I should say, Sweden joining the Allies, because that's what they always bloody do. When you attack them, they join the Allies, rather than forming their own alliance or something. I guess it kind of makes sense they prefer joining an existing alliance rather than trying to forge their own in the midst of a war, but still. Siam has decided to stop sending us the majority of the rubber we desire. Join up with the occupation army. Okay, we are only a day away, I think. Unrestricted submarine warfare is done, so our submarines should be a little better. I'm gonna research wolf packs now, to make them even damn better at their jobs. You're going to be raiding so goddamn much once I get enough submarines again. Drop us down to 2 speed. Or... apparently I was off. We're still 2 days away. It's the 16th that our claim on them finishes, not the 14th. Sorry about that, guys. But now we'll drop us down to 2 speed. Justification on Sweden is done. Now we're about to lose a massive amount of our resources that we're trading with Sweden. But I think it's pretty necessary. Now attack. Sweden's just joined the Allies. We're attacking across a strait, though, so this may take some time. Oh god. I always loved the Hearts of Iron soundtrack. It's one of the best, really. We'll up the speed a little. Level 2 paratroopers are done. Get me some mobile infantry now. We have almost won this fight, then we'll be across the channel, and I can just fan out a little, take some of the local area, and set up a proper battle line. Because we couldn't set up a battle plan before since it was across a strait, and you can't exactly do that in that kind of position. You guys go occupy all of this. God damn you. Take that already. These three armies. We have Army 4, Army 7, and Army 6. I can now start setting up battle plans. Let's get this done. Army 4 as well. And I'm going to be extremely aggressive with this and go with the spearhead line because I haven't used it in a while. I've just gone with the standard battle plan. So that's one army with their orders assigned. Army 4 has their orders down. Now, Army 6. There, that's Army 6 and Army 7. And of course, the special advantage I'm using here is the fact that I'm deploying all three armies into the fight at once, meaning they'll all be attacking together and covering each other's backs, so that's even more firepower since it's all the attacks taking place at the same time. So go for it. We have one artillery unit that's trying and failing to hold the line. And the rest of us... yeah, screw it. The lot of you just be as aggressive as possible. Push up the front as fast as you can. The game's telling me that the plan's a little bit iffy. It's lying. This is basically a given. We're going to win here. We are going to win. And that's literally all there is to it. That's a bunch of random divisions that my puppet states have handed over to me. You guys can help with the administration of the Low Countries and do military occupation and what have you. we don't actually need you for the battlefield in this war. Since it's there, you just swing around and take those provinces. Everyone else is just literally curb stomping the Swedes. Like, Sweden's literal only chance to stop me from crushing them would have been to hold me at that crossing there. But once I was over the crossing, any hope they had of surviving this was gone. I mean, they're going to continue to exist as a government in exile and are undoubtedly going to hold on to Gotland for a little bit until I can manage to get the naval landing or paratrooper invasion force in place to take that island off of them, but they're not going to actually be a participant in this war because I'm basically annihilating them. Oh, this is so great. So Sweden, how'd that whole participation in World War II go for you? Oh, you know, got invaded and occupied by the German Reich. You know how it is. Yeah, par for the course, that. Par for the course. And actually, looking at this, I think after our dockyard facilities national focus is done, I'm going to go for the thing that lets us establish our occupied territories as puppet states. Just so I can have the territories that we're getting up here as our puppets. And make it easier to maintain control without needing quite so many divisions to police. You idiots. Go do police duty over there. And that should deal with things nicely. And would you look at that? We're right next door to the Swedish capital. Well, more or less, anyways. But we really are pushing north astonishingly quickly. Unfortunately, their air bases are pretty pathetic right now, so I can't use any of them to move up our aircraft because there's just not enough space. Our friends over here are moving next door to Stockholm. And we've begun attacking Stockholm itself. Excellent. That battle may take a little while, but we will nab Stockholm easily enough. How is everyone else doing? Very nice indeed. We are literally just walking in everywhere. It's so glorious. Battle for Stockholm is taking some time. A couple of our divisions are going to assist. And now some tanks have hit them from the side. They're outflanked. To a degree, anyways. We haven't completely pocketed and isolated Stockholm, because it's just not worth the time or effort to pull that off. Why are you not doing anything? Your battle plan is aggressive. Seriously, the battle plan AI in Hearts of Iron can be kind of dumb sometimes, where you'd think they would attack, but they don't bother. Justification to conquer Sophia is done. How long is that justification gonna last? I don't know, but we might as well just declare it now.
Ihre Befehle? Angetreten.
Those two armies can just walk on into Bulgaria, who has now joined the Allies.
Greif weiter an.
And just to be sure, yes, they're set to attack aggressively. Have fun with that, Bulgaria. You're also getting invaded. Join Sweden on the long list of people that Germany has now invaded.
Zeigt es ihnen.
Stockholm should fall soon. Bulgaria is going to take a little bit of time to get the ball rolling. Just because the enemy has air superiority there. Hang on a second, I've got plenty of planes in reserve. Or not. Apparently we don't. The fate of Yugoslavia. I would like to declare war on them, but I also don't want to be caught out of position. Oh well. The Italians have some guys on the border, and our puppets do as well. We'll let them deal with Yugoslavia. If I need to, I have those armies over mainland France I can divert. After pressing them time and again to declare for one side, the government of Prince Paul still clings to the idea that Yugoslavia can sit out this conflict on the sidelines. Now they must face the consequences of their cowardice. Yes, if they are not with us, they are against us. Yes, our puppets and allies can handle that, and we have a couple of size 24 armies over in France that aren't committed to anything right now. I'm going to let them handle this. They can move over there, and Stockholm has fallen. So what's the status of Sweden as far as being uncapitulated? They are literally 3% away from capitulation. That's another victory point. How are you looking now? 21%. We need to take a couple more territories off them
Angetreten.
to convince them to surrender.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Sweden needs to capitulate. This isn't up for discussion.
Zuhören.
How are they now? 21%, so they're gonna last another month or two, most likely. We've broken through the Bulgarian lines. Our puppets and Italian allies are going to deal with them.
Befehle.
And quite frankly, if Italy ends up getting Yugoslavia, I'm fine with that. They have claims on the territory. It's perfectly reasonable for them to want Yugoslavia. Besides, before the British went and unjustly occupied it, Albania had been annexed by Italy, so it is perfectly reasonable for them to want to link up their territory by taking all of that. So if Italy wants all of that, they're welcome to it. Which I realize is kind of contradictory to my whole fuck Italy claims that I was making previously in the last episode, but whatever. I'm a contradictory kind of guy sometimes. Sweden has capitulated. Excellent. We get a lot of equipment. And now
Weiter, weiter.
there's a couple of armies
Zuhören.
is up here. Can start getting ready to invade Norway. Size 8.
Treten.
Size 13. And
Zuhören. Befehle.
and you as well. Get up on the Norwegian border. All of you. Then I'm declaring war against Norway. We have a war goal on them after all, and I want to secure the north. That's been what a large part of this episode has been about. Taking control of the northern countries here. I'm not including Sweden in that because if I ended up invading and conquering Sweden, that would just give the Soviets another justification for war against me. But Sweden is going to give us all the tungsten production we will need.
Achtung.
Yes, indeed. I'll send these guys down here. Those 1,400 aircraft. I'm going to have to split them up as Croatia declares war on Yugoslavia. I'll have to split them up to multiple multiple airfields, but yes, once this last one arrives, it will be division time, because there are way too many of you guys. Moved over there. Let's see. The independent state of Croatia here. They want to join our faction. And I will agree. You can join us. Let's see. Everyone is joining as our enemy in the Croatia thing. One of you guys can move up there. And all of our aircraft to the Balkans are in excellent shape. Now, the Western Balkans. Apparently the enemy has air superiority. How many planes do they have? Over 2,000. 1,200 from the United Kingdom. Not gonna lie, that's kind of absurd. Alright, so with that, I think I am going to cut this episode here. We managed to get a good deal done this time around, and fortunately that little issue with Italy last time around wasn't as bad as I thought. So thank you to the Vicky France establishment event for giving me the territory I rightfully deserved. I still kind of wish that it was possible for me to actually ask for a country I'm allied with to give territories to another country I'm allied with, because a bunch of Yugoslavia that got occupied by Italy I would really like to give to Croatia, but unfortunately I don't seem able to do that. But anyways, we are now at war with Turkey, and I'm beginning my march down into the Middle East and Africa, because there are a lot of resources down there I really need. We are short on a number of things at this moment in time, including, of course, rubber, because we are so short on rubber, in fact, that a lot of my planes and my supply lines, those production lines have just straight up stalled and are incapable of making any more until I get the right amount of rubber. I was trading with Belgium before the war, but of course we won't be trading with them because we're at war with them, so I'll have to move down and occupy their colony down in Africa, as well as a bit of the British colonies. Angola, I believe, was the one. There's also the fact that Italy's colonies have been completely taken over by the Allies, and Vicky France, even, I'm not really sure how you say that, but they are losing rather badly to the Allies, so I very much want to get down there and help liberate the Italian colonies, because you know Italy, if Germany doesn't bail their asses out, then they are going to get thoroughly trounced. There's a reason why you wouldn't be remiss to say that Italy is the Austria-Hungary of World War II, or Austria-Hungary is the Italy of World War I. Both would be quite correct, in fact. But anyways, this has been DarkPhoenix Gaming, and you've been watching Hearts of Iron 4. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a like, comment down below if you have any tips or suggestions for my playthrough and subscribe to see more like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. See you then, folks. See you then.